This next video is on the sales journal. The sales journal is a report that you are going to want to run every single day. This will give you a detailed report on everything that you sold in that day. You'll have information such as the date of the sale, the cashier that rang up the sale, the salesperson that sold the items, the customer, the amount paid, the SKUs, the sizes, and you'll have complete totals at the end as well. So to run that report, you're going to click on Reporting, POS, and Sales Journal. This will bring you into the Sales Journal. You always have the report name, so if you wanted to name this report and save it, you could do that to the right of Report Name. Select your criteria and then click on Save Report. You have two different tabs in this report, Report Options and Report Criteria. On Report Options, we start with what period would you like to view. So if we click on the drop down for the sales period, you have many different options. The most common ways to run this report are going to be either today. So I could be at home, and if I want to know how my store is doing today and I want to look at the details, I can just come in here and select today. And that'll give me everything that they've done so far today. If I came in the morning and I wanted to run yesterday's sales journal, I could come in and select yesterday. Or I could do selected dates if there was a particular date that I wanted to select, or even a date range. I could do selected dates. In this example, I'm going to do selected dates. And I'm going to say I want to look at the sales journal for July 18th, 2010. So from I put July 18th, and I can click on the calendar icon and select it, and I'm going to do July 18th. The next section is which tender types would you like to view. If I want to look at all of my tenders and everything from that day, I'm just going to leave this blank. What this allows you to do is if there's a certain tender type that you only want the sales journal to print, maybe you're having an issue with the gift cards, where you just want to select the gift cards and it will only print out transactions that were gift cards. Or maybe with Discover, maybe you had an issue with your Discover transactions. You could only select sales that had Discover. So this is what this allows you to do here. If you want everything, you just leave that blank. Then I go down to, do you want to limit the tickets to? So there's different selections that we can make. Tickets with unmatched prices. If I changed a price on the POS, maybe there was a SKU that the retail price was $99 and I changed the price to $50, it would let me know which items were unmatched. So I could approach the cashier or manager and find out why we had these unmatched prices for discounts or whatever the reason was. We have just tickets with returns, just refunded tickets, just voided tickets, just tickets with shipping, just tickets with more than a certain number purchased, and then we can put that number in, items purchased cutoff. If we only want to look at, anything with 5 or more on a ticket, we can do that. If you scroll down, we have how do you want to control page breaks. If you want a page break after each batch, you can check that. If you want to include the tax rate, you can check that. And then additional sales journal options if you want to include payout details where people take money out of the drawer for payouts for whatever reason, and also include the sales tax summary. You can check that. Then we scroll up to what sale types would you like to include. In most cases people just do store sales, but there are some organizations that do web sales or catalog sales, or telephone sales. It's definitely not going to hurt to check all of these. And do you want to include the return code summary, where it says include return code summary. This will let you know any returns that were done by customers and the reason for those returns, so you can have a little summary on your returns. Then you have which transaction sale types do you want to see. So this kind of goes hand in hand with which tender types would you like to view. So if there are certain transaction types that you want to view, maybe you only want to look at your special order transactions for that day, then you could just select special order transactions and it would run a report for you. If you're just wanting to do your typical sales journal to get all your details for that day, then you're going to leave these blank because you want to look at everything. Then we have the report criteria. So if you're at the top level, you're going to see the by store and by store state. If you leave it blank, it's going to do all of your stores. If you put a store number or numbers, it's just going to do those stores. If you were at the store level, say store 1, you would not even see this criteria since you're already at store 1. When you're ready to run this report, we can just click on Add Job and Run down at the bottom. This will then bring us to the report history, and we can go ahead and select our sales journal and open it up. Now we have the sales journal on the screen. So you can stretch your windows to make your window bigger. You can click on the zoom in and out button up at the top here to either zoom in to make it bigger, zoom out. Then you see all the information that you've selected here. We are looking at 7/18 to 7/18, and we have a lot of detail. The store number, the user, the terminal, the ticket number, whether it was a regular sale, special order, layaway, the type of sale, the SKU number, the size, the salesperson, the amount sold, the number, and quantity of return, the retail, the price that was actually rung up on the register, if there's any perks involved, any markdowns, any dollars returned, what the net sale was, the cost of the item, the gross profit percent, any other information, like if you charged them, a shipping amount, tax, the amount paid, the total, and the tender. So if it was MasterCard, Visa, and that amount, and then it gives you ticket totals for each ticket. So as you can see, it gives you an enormous amount of information to look at and gives you all the details that you need on each ticket that you did. It even gives you the time that that ticket was rung up. Then we can go and see the totals. So if I click on the last page icon, I can get to my last page. You see this is the sales tax summary since I selected to see the sales tax summary. Then we have our totals. We have return summary for the different reasons for returns, the quantities and the amounts and the totals. If there were any payouts, it would also list those payout details here. And then I have my sales and my tender totals. So to the left, I have my transaction totals. And then to the right, I have my tender totals, cash, check, credit cards, any payouts, any change, if I was over or short, and what the cash deposit is supposed to be, void summary, averages per ticket. Then if I scroll up a little more, I see this other total line. So this gives me a grand total for the batch. So again, I have a total for the sold, returned, the perks, the markdown, all of this I have totals for, the tenders, etc. So if you're one that doesn't want to print the entire report out, but you just want to print the totals, we're on page 17. So I would print out from, in this example, since this has these totals, page 17 through 19. So you could click on the printer icon and you could go to the pages and just change that to 17 to 19 and it would just print out your totals if you wanted. If you wanted to save this somewhere to the hard drive, you could click on the Save a Copy printer to print it. Email, you can click on this email icon to email this. You can click on the search to search for a word or anything throughout this report. Down at the bottom, you can go page by page. So this is the next page icon. This is the previous page icon. If I want to go back to the beginning of the report, I can click on the first page icon, Or if I want to go to the end of the report, I can click on the last page icon. Or I can use my scroll bar on the right to go up and down. And that is your sales journal.